I know if I'm getting kind of grumpy or cranky, I'm just like, I need to work out. I think when you're exercising, you feel a little bit like I am working towards a goal. And not only that, you're getting all that stress and endorphins and the sweat, and you're able to take your mind off things for a minute. You know what I mean?
Exercise gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands.
Yes, what?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stand up, girl.
Not break the microphone.
Hey, what's up? I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree.
And we're just a couple of Vegas girls.
Living the not so Vegas life.
Yeah, but we're not regular Vegas girls.
We're cool Vegas girls. Kinda.
And this is the Keeping It Casual podcast,
where we talk about everything and nothing all at once. Let's do it.
I like when you sang it out.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I love that stupid movie. All right, good morning.
What's going on, girl?
Oh, you know.
Morning to you.
Morning. Yeah, have you ever, like... we all do this. We all go through these days where it's just, or these bouts where it's just like hard to love yourself.
Are you having a day?
I am having a day.
Another one of those. I'm having a day and it's not even 8 a.m.
Yeah. I'm having it. Okay, so I'm in this like female empowerment like weight loss group. Like as I'm on my journey and stuff. Like this is good. This is what I need. I need like-minded people.
Yes.
Surrounding me, going through the same shit. Mm-hmm. We all do. So I had posted, like, I'm down 40 pounds.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Since how long, if you don't mind sharing? Like, how long is this?
Like 2 or 3 months. Not a very long time.
That is a long time. That is a long way to go in 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I just feel like maybe I'm losing it too fast, but I don't know. Your body's going to do what your body's going to do.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay.
So that's neither here nor there. What I was talking about, I had posted this post that was like, I see it on the scale. I feel it in the way my clothes are being worn. I see it here, and here. I don't see it when I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, you get it from people and they're like, oh, you look great. You're losing weight. You're doing this. And I'm like, oh, thanks. But, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror and you still see the same person. And it's like nothing's ever good enough. So I like posted about it in this group. And I was like, what do you guys do to feel that self-love and to like recognize it?
Right.
And, you know, a lot of people are like before and after pictures, this, and that. And one fucking person said, it sounds to me like you have body dysmorphia.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And that's when I got really down on myself. I was like, fuck, dude. I thought everybody had these issues.
Well, I mean, I honestly have, I have a friend who has that, and she is extremely, she's got the most banging bod I've ever seen, and she's beautiful. And she is like in shape. She's like, you know, she does like the yoga, and she's just incredibly, but yeah, a problem she's always had. You know, this is from somebody you'd look at her and be like, what's going on, girl? So it is a mental thing that some people struggle with, and they just never seem to be there. But I mean, do you think that that's something you're struggling with? Or?
No, I've never felt that way. And that's why, like, when I read that, I was just like, oh my God, do I have this? Like, it made my brain go a little crazy. Now, I do have a friend who I think has it because she's complains that she's not a size 2 anymore. And I'm like, you're in your 30s. Sometimes you don't need to be a size 2 anymore.
Yeah, I mean, hello, nobody sells size 2.
Exactly.
I think they do. I've never known.
Yeah, I mean, she used to be anorexic, and you know, she was a model, so she had a lot of. Yeah, she had a lot of that. But that's kind of like how my day started, and I was like, man, what the fuck? And it just kind of like all kind of went downhill emotionally from there.
You just started to kind of doubt yourself.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that it's like we're all supposed to be there to, you know, empower each other, not be like, oh, it sounds to me like you have a fucking mental disorder.
I think some people might be projecting a little bit and hoping that maybe they can relate. Maybe that's how they relate. Maybe that's something someone told them, you know. But I think only you know.
Yeah.
Only you know. And I think you could be struggling with the fact that you're like, I've been doing so well, but I'm not where I want to be yet. Maybe that's your struggle, you know.
Oh, my struggle definitely is stuff like that because I am an instant person. Like, I need results instantly for everything.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't learn guitar because it was too hard. I was like,
God. Oh, God, if I could only just pick it up and just do it, you know.
Yeah.
I understand that. You know, it's like you struggle with things because you're like, God, I just want to be here. But I think you got to take a realistic look at it and be like, this is going to take some time. And for taking a few months and losing so much. And girl, I can see it. I can see it. But you know what? One thing about you is you've always had the most incredible light personality and just on fire. Even my girlfriend, I have a girlfriend who is very excited and loves listening to the podcast. She's like, I love Bree because I am a curvy girl. I'm a curvy girl, and I've just my weight fluctuates, and I get so down on myself, and I feel insecure. She goes, I want to know how she brings it, how she brings that energy and just leads with that confidence.
Yeah.
Because this is how people see you, and this is the energy that you always bring. And like, this is the first we've ever even talked about this.
Oh yeah, well, because
you inspire people,
Oh, thank you.
So, but everybody has their insecurities and things that we just struggle with. And you might be looking at me and thinking, what are her dramas? And I'm looking at another girl thinking like, what are her dramas? And I'm like, Bree fucking owns it, man. Like, but we all have our shit.
Exactly. And, I guess the whole thing that I'm trying to bring up is like, what do you do when you feel this way? When you're so down on yourself that you're like, fuck, how do I bring myself back up? Because
how do you come back?
Yeah, how do I bounce back from this? Because I've just been down, like just not loving myself the way I normally love myself, and it's just been this past week, and I don't know,
some damage control,
yeah. And it's funny because like my best friend Colin, he says the exact same you do. He's like, you have this confidence about you.
Yes.
He's like, and nobody understands it. He goes, and I just know people who are jealous of it.
Yeah.
He's like, and the guy, because he's, Air Force, so he's in a squadron. He's like, the guys in my squadron that have met you, they're just blown away by you. And I'm like, well, thank you.
Oh, wow. I love to hear that. That's so funny because I was recently watching this movie and I love the message behind it. It was the Amy Schumer movie, I Feel Pretty.
I haven't seen that yet, but I really want to watch it.
Okay, so the premise is like basically this girl, she's very insecure. She's just not, she wants to be beautiful and she doesn't feel beautiful. And she like has an accident in spin class and hits her head. And I'm not going to ruin the movie for you, but basically it's like she wakes up and just like she hits her head and it shifts her whole perception. And she's like, I'm beautiful. So she just exudes this crazy kooky confidence and everybody's like, and it just lures you in. You know what I mean? It's like she's surrounded by in a world of models and supermodels. She lives in New York or whatever. But the confidence she has has people like, who is this girl? I love it. Like, how can I want to be like you, you know? And I love the message behind it. It's just like, act as if, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I put it out there, and if you ain't got it, there's so many times I come in and I got to do the radio show. And the kids have drove me bonkers in the morning, and I'm an emotional mess. I feel like an asshole because I've yelled at my daughter, or I've, been impatient with a baby, and I get to work, and I'm like, I got to be like, hey, good morning, and smile. So sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
And all of a sudden, I'm feeling better through the day because I'm like, okay, it's okay, but there's guilt and. Yeah. But you know what I mean? I feel like fake it. Put it out there. Fake the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always admired about Amy Schumer is she's always had this confidence. And when she gets on stage and fucking slays
hilarious.
She's hilarious. And like when she would do those roasts, like they would roast her and then she'd get up there and be like, fuck all of you, you dumb cunts.
Yeah.
Like, and just roasted them 300 times better than they roasted her.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love Amy Schumer, so I do need to watch that movie.
It was a great one. I love the message behind it. It was really fun, and it was just really cool. But I think a lot of it too is having somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Having somebody to talk to and share things about, I feel like sometimes you're not sure how to get out of your head or what's going on. Maybe you feel a little ashamed of what you're feeling.
Of course.
But talking about it with somebody you feel comfortable with, talking it out, you're going to get a little perception from them, and you're also going to get, I feel like when you talk things out, you kind of figure your shit out a little bit.
Definitely.
Right?
I feel, and I don't know why it's become so cool in this day and age to like not give a fuck about stuff. Like that's the whole thing is like, I don't care. And I'm like, no, we need to feel our feelings here, people.
It's it's scary, especially like in the dating world, everybody wants to keep it casual, but it's mostly, it's too scary to put your heart out there and risk being like taken advantage of, or somebody feeling like they have a leg up because you've shown a little vulnerability.
Exactly. It's funny. I just told a friend, speaking of dating, I said, you and my other friend are teaching me that it's okay to feel certain things about people that's not just, oh, we can hook up and be friends.
Yeah.
And that is a bizarre thing that I'm going through too. I think that's got another thing that's going on in my life that I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually like have feelings for somebody that's not my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, and it's trusting somebody, and it's
Oh, God.
it's scary. I can't even, before when I was single, I was the worst. I was like, I don't show nothing, and and you do me wrong for one instant, I cut you off cold. You know,
I'm still very good at that.
Yeah, I couldn't be hurt. You know what I mean? But letting go of like toxic people in your life is a big thing that I've learned to do as well. Is just like getting people like it. I have just stuck with friends and just gone through a lot of stuff. But people that bring you down and let you down, you got to let them go and be okay with that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I can't remember the last time I held on to a toxic, like, friendship.
Yeah.
I feel like the last time I did it, like, I was dating this guy and he was a fucking crazy person. I mean, legitimately, he was crazy.
Yeah.
He just, like, one second he was like, we should get married. The next, like, we had only been dating for like a month too. He was like, I could see myself marrying you. The next second he was like, you're a fucking whore. And I was like, oh, whoa, where did we go from A to B here?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So, I mean, like, that was just like, as soon as I found out he had another girlfriend, I was like, oh, this is the greatest, easiest cut ever I've ever.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Ugh,
Yeah.
toxic people. But, and like, I feel like when you put things out on Facebook, even if it's groups, people are just stupid assholes. I honestly have a mommy group, right?
Yeah.
There's like a mom group that I'm in, and I look at it. I usually post like funny things on there because I'm just there to. But if I ever look on the group and see like these moms are asking things like, "Hey, my mother-in-law thinks my kid shouldn't watch this much TV, and I think it's okay. What do you guys think?" And I'm like, "Who cares what all these women think?" Then you get into these nasty.
Yeah.
I sometimes I'll peek at the comments and I'm like, "Oh God, this girl was just asking a simple question, and now it's probably just rocking her world." So you gotta take what these anonymous people say with a grain of salt.
It fucking pisses me off when people judge the way other people parent. Let me just say this. I'm not a parent. I don't have kids. I don't know if I'll ever have kids. But my God, if you're not beating your children, if they are clean, if they are clothed, if they are taken care of, who the fuck cares if you give them a burrito, from Taco Bell at, 1.5 years old or something? Yep. I mean, I don't know the timeline of when kids are supposed to eat foods in certain ways, but...
Oh, don't worry. Some other mom will tell you.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up. Raise your kids the way you want to raise them and let somebody else raise their kids the way that works for them.
It is annoying. And you know what? As a mom, sometimes I see things that I'm like, but I'm not going to go and say anything.
Yes.
I mean, there's a difference from saying something. But again, something I'm working on, being a little judgy sometimes with things that, you feel strongly about.
Yeah.
I think everybody has a little bit of that. They feel very strongly about something. And then I try not to feel too strongly about a lot of things, but some things.
The vaccination people, like if whatever side, I don't care what side you are on, but whatever side people are on that one, you feel super strongly about that one.
I mean, I don't give a shit, but you just have to know that you're going to have to homeschool your kids. So good luck with that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Take on all that.
That's what's happening with Kat Von D. She was talking about, I'm not going to vaccinate my kid. And fucking everybody in the world had an opinion on it. I was like, you know what? She's Kat Von D. Do you think her kid is going to be anywhere near?
Yeah.
She lives in a castle with her husband. Like, the kid can live in the castle for the rest of its life.
Well, and the thing is, too, is that the kids that aren't vaccinated, they are protected. Like, they're not allowed to go to, like, my kids go to the gym if I go to the gym, to their little daycares or whatever. They can't go to preschool. They can't do things like that because it's protected by law. So if they don't want to vaccinate their kids, that's okay. Whatever. That's their business. They're not messing with my kids. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. As long as a parent is not walking up to your child and being like, don't eat that fucking lemon.
Oh, my God. Oh, that was when my daughter was like maybe 8 months old or something, we went out to eat. And I remember I given her an orange. It was on my iced tea. And she has a little orange slice and she's just eating. And I took a picture because she's cute as shit. One mom bitch had to like chime in. She's like, excuse me, but you shouldn't be giving citrus to babies that are young because it's bad for their tummies and their acid reflux and la 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 la. I was just like, fuck you very much. Like, back up, okay?
She was sucking because she wasn't chewing on it. She didn't have teeth, I'm sure, at that point.
Actually, she did have teeth. She got them at 4 months. That
Good
baby
for
had
her.
some full-on smile at 8 months.
That's why she's such a little adult already.
Like,
but anyway,
who cares? I'm on the second kid, so right now I don't even care. Good luck, Logan.
that's how it always is. But seriously, like, if she wants to suck on an orange, if you have to deal with the consequences of her having some acid reflux later in life, whatever.
Oh my God.
Get her some Nexium, and
for that, I don't think it's going to be a drama.
yeah,
but people just
one
need
little
to
orange
out.
slice. Yeah, people need to calm down and just butt out of everybody else's life. And when you're asking for constructive criticism or like serious help, like not serious help, just help, like, what do you do to love yourself? Asking a question like that does not mean spin it into, oh, I think you have a mental illness.
And there's just assholes out there, not somebody who's projecting.
Yeah.
Guarantee you that's somebody that's projecting. And it's just, you got to just be like, I'm not even interested in that person right now. But let me just say something. You gotta check out like where you've come from, because you have done like so much this year. I mean, as far as like just with self-love and self-care and just you're going through such a change, and you've really changed. It's not like you're doing a quick fix. You know what I mean? You have really changed little things. It's not like you're like, I went on the juice cleanse for 3 months and that's what's happening. No, you're making small changes and little steps so they will last a long time.
Yeah.
And I can see it. But I understand your frustration. Like, yeah, cool, I'm on my way, but I'm not there yet. And that's always going to be a little struggle.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I feel the same way. I'm still dealing with like baby weight 6 months later.
Seriously,
you know?
I don't see that on you at all.
Thank you. But I'm still, you know, I feel like losing the weight, but now you got to like tone it up.
Tighten it up.
I want all the tightness back and shit. And, you know, and struggling with like still making time for my kids and making time for
Your husband.
going. I was going to say hot Pilates. And, you know, I got to have time for my kids. I got to have my hot bod. Then my husband comes in.
And work.
And I got to work. And I got to do this amazing podcast, which honestly is just like such a fun outlet that I have.
It really is. I think this podcast is definitely something that we both needed.
Yeah. It's a creative outlet. You know what I mean?
It's creative, and it just like, you know, there's a lot of emotion that we can let out too. Like when, God, I don't know, episode 2, episode 3, where we're like, we were being such brats this weekend.
Yes, you can be honest. And at the time, some things seem so big, especially when you're like fighting with somebody or you're going through some, maybe you're feeling jealous or you're feeling insecure, whatever it is. I feel like when you can bring it up with a friend later and kind of talk it out, you kind of laugh about it. You're like, all right, I was being stupid, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
A dumb fight with my husband, which is at the moment was like, I hate you. And then now it's like, that was really dumb. I was an asshole, you know?
But yeah, I guess the good thing is knowing that you were an asshole.
Admitting to it. You know, like, don't be afraid to just be like, what is the word? It's humility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have a little humility. And that's a big thing too that I've always had, is a lot of pride. It's taken a lot for me to like cop it. It's like, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, and then kind of explaining, and to me, I'm like explaining why I did it. Like, I'm sorry, but this is why I did it. It has to be I'm sorry, I was an asshole, and that's it. Like, I need to shut up. Like, we get why you did it. You're still a bitch, and you still need to apologize. And so I need to just shut it down. You know?
I actually had to bite the bullet and do that over the weekend. I just got really bratty about something with Vegas, and he put my tail between my legs and said, I'm sorry for reacting the way I did, and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I'm sorry for putting you in that position.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I just kind of explained to him, I was like, it was eating at me. I felt shitty. And he was like, I don't want you to feel that way. And I was like, oh, all right, thanks.
God, that is harder said than done. Like, oh, you fuck up, just apologize. No, because you have so much, you know, there's a little bit of like, I was right in there. And there's a little bit of like, but they should apologize too. But it's like, sometimes even, and I've tried to do this, like, even if I fuck up, me and my husband, we're both going at it, you know?
Yeah.
And it could be like a silent treatment all night. We waste a whole night together. And in the morning, it's always sorry, you know, whatever. But I've had times where I just respect. My husband's usually the first one to be like, I'm sorry,
Aw.
He's a bigger man than I am. But, I learn a lot from him. He's very thoughtful in that way. And he never wants to explain why he acted a certain way. And I love that. But me, I have to be like, I'm sorry, but there's this. And I have to just like reel that shit in and just like suck it up and be like, I apologize. I was being a dick. Like, we don't need to rehash all the little reasons that got me there.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have acted like that. And I need to respect you. And that is not easy when you are a prideful ass bitch.
No, it's not. It really isn't. Like, I tell all my friends, I'm like, hang on to your pride as much as possible. But really, like, sometimes you need to put your pride aside and be like, I was a dick. I'm sorry.
I admire people that can do that, I think it's a very admirable, trait in a person.
Yeah, trait, yeah.
And I just, I want to be more like that. I want to take steps to being more humble. I think I got in an argument with a friend recently, and we kind of snapped back and forth at each other. And I even kind of texted and was like, listen, I'm really sorry I reacted like that, but here's why. And I did the same thing.
Shit.
Only because I felt I was a little in the right. But I went and apologized first just to kind of get a little response. And then they were like, you know what? I approached the situation wrong too, and I'm sorry. And it was just a nice exchange. So maybe that was my way of like kind of saying, I'm sorry, but, I'm working on that.
Good.
But you just don't want to make yourself heard.
Exactly.
Like, I do have a point. I think what stems from, one person saying a little comment and it just throwing you into a turmoil, or, getting into stupid fights, it all comes from being stressed the fuck out.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, I got a C on an assignment. My first C ever. Just on one assignment. Well, not my first C ever, but like as I'm going through this program, as I'm doing my college stuff, my first C.
I'd be proud of a C.
I started crying. I was like, oh my God, that's not an A. I'm paying all this money for school. And now I'm not going to keep my 4.0 GPA up. And I just like, oh my God, I triggered myself to like this craziness. So yes,
stress and frustration, how do you deal with stress? Like, I think we all have things once we realize like, I'm stressed the fuck out. I need to do this.
Yes.
Some people drink, so we don't want to talk about the negative vices. We want to talk about positive vices, Some people drink, some people smoke, some people gamble, some people go online and watch too much porn, and I don't know.
Masturbate, I don't know.
Yeah, like what are some positive ways you can de-stress? Like what's something you go to? You're like, I need to do something healthy.
I need to do something healthy. When I need to do something healthy, like, dude, I'm big on like, I need to like dance in my room and like listen to certain songs that trigger happiness to me. Or I really like to go swimming.
Okay.
Swimming is a big one for me.
I love swimming. They have some great swim classes at. Do you go to LVAC?
LVAC, yes.
Las Vegas Athletic Club. Shout out.
Yes. You want to sponsor us?
Yes, I love their classes.
I do too. Their water classes are amazing, and they're building one right by my house. So yeah, I mean, the gym. I don't really like to go to the gym. Who likes to go to the gym? But I will go to the gym.
It is annoying.
Yes, but just to go swim for a little bit, I like to do that.
Yeah. Same with me. I think physical activity is huge because, like if I try to work out at least like 3 times a week, only because 3 to 4. 4 is like I'm crushing life, but 3, if I can get 3 in, I'm happy. I like to do hot Pilates. It kills me. It's so fierce and intense, but by the end, I want to die. But after it's done, I feel like $1 million. And I know if I'm getting kind of grumpy or cranky, I'm just like, I need to work out. Because I think when you're exercising, you feel a little bit like I am working towards a goal. And not only that, you're getting all that stress and endorphins and the sweat, and you're able to take your mind off things for a minute. You know what I mean?
Exercise gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands.
Yes, what? Preach on it. But, you just say you're able to channel all of your energy into something else. And I think just taking your mind off of things. That's why I like podcasts, Yeah. Sometimes I just want to, like, put something in my ears and just ignore everything.
Yeah.
Do
you ever notice listening to podcasts, though, like certain ones, you feel the emotion that the, like, host is talking about?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I was listening to Guys We Fucked this morning, and one of the hosts was talking about like how she always puts people on pedestals and this and that, and she loves them more than before she loves herself. And she's crying talking about this, and I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. I'm crying with you.
Yes, you start to become friends with these people. Yeah. You just have to really, you start to learn to relate to them and stuff. We've got some really cool emails. Some just kind of personal ones that don't. I feel like we're getting some kind of listeners that are like, I'm really enjoying this, but I don't want you to put my name on there.
And we respect you, and we won't do that.
Absolutely, but we do appreciate the feedback that you're enjoying listening and stuff, and just to keep up the good work. And I don't really have nothing to share or talk about, but I enjoy listening.
Yeah,
and we appreciate that because we know that we're right here with you.
Exactly, and you know what? We're all humans at the end of the day, and we have real human emotions and real human feelings. And MJ and I can come in here one day and be like, oh, ha, 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 we're brats and switches and blah, 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 blah. But the next time we come to record, it could be like, fuck, dude. Yeah. There's some shit going down.
Yeah. Okay, so what's one thing that makes you really vulnerable? What's one thing that you really... Well, how about this? Like something that you're just, you struggle with, you're not so confident about. Like...
Oh, there's a lot of things I'm not confident about.
One little thing.
I don't like when I'm dating somebody and they're liking a bunch of chicks on Instagram's photos.
Oh, the jealousy. That's
I do struggle with jealousy, which is so bizarre because
it's like the worst feeling in the fucking world.
It is. And what's so bizarre about it is I have this like whole thing where I don't mind. How do I say this? I'm a little non-monogamous sexually.
Sure.
But emotionally, your ass is mine.
Yes, I understand. Yes, it's a kind of like, I say this, but this is how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like being a little non-monogamous sexually is different than like you can go look at a bunch of girls and like their shit on Instagram.
Yep. Yes. And I know that feeling, man. The jealousy feeling is the worst in the world. I tried to shake it so hard. Like in high school, boyfriend, super jealous, just couldn't even figure my shit out. And I was like, after that relationship, I was like, I am not going to be like that anymore. Yeah. But you can't help it. I mean, there's always going to be another beautiful woman that catches your man's eye. There's always going to be another woman who's more successful. There's going to be women that come across your man, whether he's working or he's out and about. You never know. You can't control everything.
Exactly.
You can't control them. So
you can't.
If you focus on it, it can take over you.
Can.
The green.
And that's why
greenness.
That's why so much of my life I was always like, it's so much of my dating life too. I'm like, okay, well, let's check out girls together. When it's something you're doing together, it's one thing. But when it's like you see on your like feed, because you could see what your what your friends are doing, and you see like so-and-so like this, and that. And I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Yeah. Who is this? And I think it's just, and then we have to look at it. Your friend has to tell you rationally, like he's probably just scrolling and like, oop, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
I do that when I'm on Instagram. I'm not sitting there like, yeah.
No, you're
ooh, heart that. Yeah, I just, showing some love. That's what
I do too.
Yeah, but we all do it.
I follow mostly makeup brands. So if that's going to make anybody jealous, it's just going to be the other makeup brand.
I know. God, jealousy is that is a huge struggle.
And I thought I pushed those feelings deep down into a place where they didn't exist anymore.
Yep. I understand that. I get really I'm always been very self-motivated. You know what I mean? I'm never content with just doing something. Once I've mastered something, I'm like, okay, what's next? I have to do more.
Yeah.
So I always put a lot of pressure on myself to do more. So if I see somebody that's kind of cruising or coasting and, I can get a little jealous or envy of man, this person ain't putting in half the energy in the work that I'm doing, and
they're getting the promotion.
Yeah, or they're going on vacations and they're doing all this and this, and it's just I don't know. I struggle from that kind of jealousy, envy of other people's careers and stuff, and I'm just like, God, I'm like, I've been doing this for this long and I should be here and I'm just here. But, I got to squash that shit. You do. I try to really
You work for a cool as shit radio station and you have a pretty cool time slot and a cool little career going on.
Well, thank you. But you know what? For somebody that's very ambitious and just kind of it's not enough. I'm always looking at somebody else but they're doing this. So I need to be doing this. I need to be doing more. So I always put a lot of pressure on myself to do way too much. And I start to get, miss out on important things. I got a family. I got a husband. I got, I have to like stop myself and really appreciate what I have.
Exactly.
A lot of
understand
times
that.
I need to slow. I need to reel that shit in.
Reel it in, count your blessings, whatever, yada yada. But what really sucks is like when you listen to all these like self-help things and everything, it's just all so cliche. So what do you do for personal development to like get that in your head? Like, slow down, count your blessings, blah, blah, blah. Because count your blessings, I fucking hate that saying, even though I'm telling you to do it right now.
Yeah, but I think just wording things differently. Like I try to, I think it's important to be a little bit introspective every day. Take a look at your day and reflect. And where did you go wrong? Like, and try to do better the next day. When I go to bed, I always want to. I'm a planner. Like my Google Calendar is my number one tool. Like I have to plan things. I'm like, I'm going to work out. I'm going to plan the days that week. If I want to see somebody, but I have to. I have to have a plan. I feel like if I wake up in the morning and I'm just aimlessly floating through life, life isn't going to happen the way I want it. But if you want to take control of your life, you have to like set a plan.
Yeah.
I had a friend going through a breakup and I'm like, you know what? You need to take your mind off it and focus hardcore on yourself. What are you going to do for you tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you going to work out? Are you going to look for a job? Are you going to spend some time with your kid? Like, how are you going to take control of your life and just shift that focus? Otherwise, you're going to sit there wallowing and so I think anything self-motivating, self-powering, focusing on yourself hardcore when you're just stuck in your head.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, let us know, what do you do to empower yourself? Send us an email at feedback@keepingitcasualpodcast.com, or you can tweet at us using the hashtag keepingitcasual. I'm Bree Mixed.
I'm MJ Radio Diva.
Yes. So come on, let us know what you do to just be like, you know what, the world's shit right now, but let me focus on me.
Like I think the best way it would be coming off is like if you were to give a friend advice. Because I mean, like, I don't think you really understand like how you do things sometimes. It's like if a friend tells you something, you got advice right away.
Exactly. What's so fucked up about where I am mentally right now is I have a friend going through something and I'm helping her work through her emotions and this and that. And at the same time, it's like, I can't even work through my own shit. Why are you coming to me? I don't know anything.
I think it's easier to see when you're too close to something. It's so hard to see it. But like I'm on an outside perspective, so I can give you advice like that. I'm not feeling it. I'm not dealing with it. But if I was going through it, I wouldn't know what to do. I just kind of when you're too close to it, you don't see it as clear.
You don't see it as clear. And one of the things that I heard today, I'm pretty sure on the Guys We Fucked podcast that you're talking about it.
Shout out, ladies.
Shout out Corinne and Christina. I love you both. But one of them said, you just need to let yourself feel certain emotions sometimes. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you do. You can't just be happy all the time. You can't just, sometimes you got to let that sadness in a little bit and realize, why do I feel this way?
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Accept it. And then fucking let it go.
And what are the other things that I know Corinne said this. She said, I hate when people always say it's going to get better. She goes, because certain things might not get better. She goes, but you're not going to feel as hurt.
Yeah.
Continuing on. And I was like, I like that.
Yeah. Big part of being a good friend is being a good listener.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to solve everybody's problems and you can't.
I have that problem.
And like, I do the same thing, but the biggest thing is listening to them. And I feel like we were saying, as you talk things out, you kind of start to figure your shit out a little bit.
Yeah.
I've always noticed that. So let somebody vent, let someone talk to you. And you know what? You tell them, you say, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
That is my best, just what else can you say? You can't fix it. It's not up to you, but you let them talk. It's going to be okay. I'm here for you.
I'm here for you. I'm listening to you. And I'm sorry that you're going through this.
And sometimes that's all you can do for people,
My brother gets on me because I get to a point where I have so many people coming at me and coming to me for advice that I just carry like the weight of their worlds on my shoulders. Yeah. And he'll get on me. He'll be like, you're letting people come and affect you too much. You need to figure your own shit out right now. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about them. Figure out what path you need to go on. And he notices it about me because my brother and I are roommates, and he'll notice it about me when I won't even say anything because I'll just be like, oh, I gotta help this person do this, and I gotta do this, and I've gotta help this person's going through a breakup and this, and he just like looks at me. He's like, tell them to stop talking to you for a few minutes and worry about your own shit.
Do you find that you feel a little? I know I'm this way, so I'm projecting. Of course,
Yes.
that's what we do. But
Are we codependent on each other?
I think so. But like, are you the type of person that more would want to be there for people than to put your burdens on people?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
I think that means we're empathetic. We're super big on that. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I'm the type of person. If I got people in a room, I feel like I can feel everyone's energy.
Oh my
if
God,
that
me
one
too.
person is feeling uncomfortable, I feel it, and I want to go
and
over
you
there.
want to go in there and talk to them and make them
Yes.
feel a part of the group or whatever.
Yes, because
I understand that 100%.
yeah, and I wish I could be like Donald Trump and just be in a room and not feel anybody's thoughts or emotions.
And be like, I'm the greatest ever.
am I the greatest fucking person in the world or
Boom,
what?
bye.
I wish I had that much self-delusional confidence.
I believe that's sociopathism at that point, though.
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
almost
either.
better just not to feel so much, you know?
Oh, God.
I definitely feel energy, and I'm not going to talk about crystals or anything, but I
No.
feel people's energy, and
Yeah.
I can really, I really notice people.
I think you have to be completely oblivious to not be able to pick up on somebody's vibe.
There's so many people like that, though. I'm like, God, it must be an easy life.
Right? No, I walk into a room and I'm like, oh, that person, like, you could just feel everybody's energy. And like even going to a concert, like if you go to a concert and you feel like the crowd is off for some reason, it's just, it makes seeing that band not enjoyable for you.
Right, yeah.
Or but when we went to OBC, the crowd was so amazing that I think it helped our vibes too.
We're all so drunk. What episode was that? 6?
I think so.
I think episode 6.
Yes.
The OBC
Concerts.
experience. The last time Bree had a cocktail.
It was the last time I had a cocktail.
Oh, side note, I think alcohol is a big calorie buster, so that could be a big help with your weight loss. I don't
Maybe.
know how long. I don't know if you were into drinking like on the regular.
Yeah, no, I was always a casual drinker, but
Okay.
I once you cut that off completely,
Yeah.
like that's sugars you're not inputting in your body.
Shit.
I gave up Diet Coke. I gave up Diet Coke for you, body.
Fuck the Coke. Fuck any of the sugar, the soda. Fuck
I
all
know.
the soda.
I drink Diet though, which
know.
is not even better, but
Can't hate. I quit drinking it in high school because I remember like the dermatologist was like, you keep drinking soda, your skin's gonna break out. I was like, I don't want any more pimples, so I'm not gonna drink that shit anymore.
oh, I never
But
had
that was like smoking cigarettes in school like an asshole, which is not, we all have our vices. We all have things like, oh, I can do without that, but I'm not going to do without this.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was like with
We're not all
Diet Coke, I was
perfect.
like, come on, I have one vice and it's
Yeah.
Diet Coke. But then I gave up that vice and now I'm just like, can I get a new vice? Like, but what I'm worried about
Exactly.
can I have something that brings me good joy to my life?
Trade one vice for another. Yeah, everything in moderation, though, right?
I guess so. I mean, I'm not doing anything in moderation. I've been like eating meat and hummus, and that's my life right now. But
We have been doing that. We are the salad posse.
we are the
at
salad
lunch.
posse. You know what's funny is people keep telling me like they're stressing out about like meal prepping and stuff, and I'm like, just get the bags of salad that have the prep in them with the dressings and
Yeah.
everything. I was like, and just bring those. I was like, he will never stress about a meal prep again.
Throw some money at the problem. It makes it easier. That has been honestly helping me lose weight since I had the baby.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've been doing is I bring those salads. I'll bring the little Asian chopped salad in the bag.
love it.
And bring your chip clip and bring your bowl. Okay.
See, I like the sweet kale one, but I don't like the dressing with the sweet kale one. I got that that Kin's dressing that we like, the balsamic honey.
Ooh, yes, that's some good
So,
stuff.
but yeah, and I was stressed about meal prepping too until you were like, girl, just bring these salads. And I was like, this is the easiest thing ever. It's
It
one
is.
less thing.
Now I find like if I don't eat a salad like on the weekends, I mean, I'm not making salads, but I'm like, I kind of want a salad. You know, I feel like I'm craving salad the more I'm eating it. So, I mean, what good advice isn't it to eat a salad, you know?
And we're
But-
not those girls that are like, oh my God, I just want a salad. No.
No, I don't ever just want a salad. But
No.
I've noticed when you're at work, if if you struggle with like going to the vending machine or eating like shit at work, or you're not bringing your lunch, bring your fucking lunch. If you don't know what to bring, grab one of those bag salads at the
Yes.
grocery store and don't forget your chip clip.
Yes.
You can only do half at a time.
Or you can use binder clips.
Yes, yeah, you can find those at your work under your work office supply. But yeah, I do love. I that helps me at work because I feel like at home I can graze, I can eat what I want.
Yeah.
But here I'm kind of like, okay, you got to break, get your food, and
Yeah.
So that's one meal you can lock down.
Well, another thing too, if you have vending machine problems, I don't have vending machine problems.
either.
Don't bring cash to work.
Now you can put your credit card in there, but you do have to download this app first. So I have not downloaded the app to get it.
I didn't even know we could do that, but that's interesting.
Well, once I found out you could use your credit card, I have gotten like those stupid donuts in there a couple times, but I don't know. I feel like now I look at the calories and I'm like, is this calorie worth it?
No, it never is. Over the weekend, I bought... No, it was like 2 weekends ago, maybe. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Oreo put out some new flavors. They put out strawberry shortcake, and they put out like the strawberry shortcake ice cream bars. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, those are amazing.
Yes. So they put out a flavor of that, and then they put out like peanut butter chocolate pie. And I was like, Oreos are my favorite cookie in the world.
I mean,
like just plain regular Oreos are what I go after. But I always
milk?
I see I don't drink milk.
Oh, girl, without the milk, I don't want no Oreos. It's stuck in the teeth. You got to wash it down and get it a little soft.
I don't drink milk. I've never been a milk drinker.
Really?
Really?
Interesting.
I've always done water. That's like, even when I was a kid, I was always like, no milk, just give me water.
Yeah, awesome. I'm at water all day. I mean, that's all it. Water.
That's what we got right here.
Water, coffee, wine, tequila, the basics.
So I was like, okay, I love Oreos. I want to try these. And so I tried one of each and I was like, okay, that's good. Yeah. But then I was reading the calorie intake on Oreos and it's like 2 cookies for like 300 calories.
Fuck you, Oreos.
It was some like ridiculous amount. And I was like, God damn.
I know, you're like, if this is really delicious, then I'm gonna, that's what I've learned too. Before I was more like, I can't eat this. I like Pop-Tarts. I like toaster strudels. I can't buy them because I will eat all the toaster strudels. Those are my favorite. So if I fucking want them, I'm gonna get them, but I try not to because I will probably I could eat a whole box.
I do like Pop-Tarts. You know what's funny is actually the other morning, because I didn't bring breakfast, and I don't normally eat breakfast. I'm normally I skip breakfast and go straight to my salad for lunch. Sure. But the other morning I was like, I didn't have breakfast and I was starving and I was here at work and I had $1.25 and I was like, what can I get in the vending machine? And I was like, nothing. So I got Pop-Tarts. There's literally nothing in the vending machine that we can eat that's like healthy.
No, it's not. They used to have like fruit snacks, but let's face it, they're gummy bears.
I give those to your daughter when I get them. So I got these Pop-Tarts and I ate part of one, and then one of our coworkers came up and she was like, blah, 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 blah. She was telling me something. She was like, man, I'm really hungry. And I was like, here, do you want my Pop-Tarts?
Yes, give it away.
Yeah, so that way, I didn't waste my money, and I got some sort of hunger satisfaction from the 2 bites of Pop-Tart I had.
Yeah, it's if you're hungry, fucking eat it. But you know what? In moderation, and just don't be so hard on yourself.
Don't be, because once you're like hard on yourself about the way you're eating, that's when you're not losing weight by dieting. And I realized that, and that's why the salad stuff is good for me.
Yeah. I mean, be smart about things too. I mean, it's not just going to happen if you don't plan. So you do have to do a little planning. Yeah. I love the Asian chopped salad. That's my favorite. Sometimes I get a Caesar salad, whatever.
I do too.
But I feel like if I bring it to work, I have no other option to like run out and get food. So I have to eat it, and it just becomes delicious.
And it's right there. So what are your dieting hacks, guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Email us.
Yeah.
Tweet us.
Yep.
All right. And if you have anything else you want to email us, feedback at keepingitcasualpodcast.com.
Or if you just want to keep those emails coming saying that you're enjoying listening and going along for the ride.
Yeah. Fill our egos, please.
But we do love you and appreciate you.
Do.
And we're glad we're here for you as well.
And thank you for listening. And it's been another good chat with you.
Always, babe.
Bye. Bye.
Girl, that was fun.
Another fun conversation with you.
Yes. If you have any feedback, email us feedback at keepingitcasualpodcast.com.
My Twitter is Breemixed, BREEMIXED.
And I'm at MJ Radio Diva, any social platform.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Keeping It Casual Podcast. You get to see live videos, silly little photos of us.
All the dumb photos that we talk about. Anything photo-wise we talk about in the episode, it'll be there.
We look forward to hearing from you.
We'll be back with more gossip about nothing and
everything. Bye.